Hey everyone, and welcome to the Colossalcon 2019 retrospective. Basically just talk about the convention experience for me. Giving some personal thoughts on panels, photo shoots that I went to, etc. And really quick, just to kick things off, for those who are pretty much just interested in the pictures that I got, I'm just going to run down the list of photo shoots that I did, so for those who want to see those, they can check them out. Let's see, the photo shoots I hit were 7 in total. That's right. So let's count them down. Coming in at number 1, DC Comics. That covers, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, a bunch of other heroes. Second up, we have Doctor Who. For the most part, it was mostly modern Doctors, but we did have the classic Third Doctor, as well as the Seventh Doctor, among, the modern-day Doctor Who characters. Third, we have Fairy Tail. The anime about a wizard guild dealing with some crazy stuff. You may know the anime from the pink-haired guy or the very pretty red-haired lady, just saying, with swords or, in full plate armor and then a pleated blue skirt. It's an interesting design choice, but it's cool. Fourth, we have Final Fantasy. Yes. And we had, a fair amount of coverage from, I want to say, at least like 6 to 9. Well, 6 through like pretty much up to now. So that's a pretty good spread. As well as some other characters mixed in from a little earlier in the series, I want to say. My fifth is going to be One Piece, the anime that I'm known for cosplaying from. Basically, it's about Luffy, the guy who's going to be king of the pirates, who some people can't stand, and that's personal opinion, however you feel about it. Number 6, the Pokemon shoot. Ash, Brock, Misty, traveling the world, trying to catch them all, trying to become a Pokemon master. The anime that pretty much shaped all of our lives. I do Brock from that, just for reference. And finally, Sailor Moon. Now, I know what you're thinking. And I was there because I had to meet up with my photographer friend because she had my pictures from my private photo shoot for my original character. So that's why I was there, and hey, I'm kind of a cosplay photographer. Amateur, entry level, whatever you want to say. So I decided to take pictures while I was there. So really quick, just list them down again here off to the side so you can see. I'm hoping that's where I'm going to put them. Alright. So what else did I do aside from these shoots? And really quick, yes, for reference, I'm reading all of this off of a screen because it's really hard to remember everything. So let's see, I went to a couple of panels. The impact and importance of cats in Japanese culture. Basically talk about, classic, like legit classic Japanese art featuring cats. As well as like myths, folklore, etc. about cats, all the way up to the modern day. With cats like Doraemon. Freaking really drawing a blank now, but basically, other prevalent cats in anime. Like, a big current anime that I've heard about is My Roommate is a Cat. I still need to see that. I'm curious, but, so I saw that. I thought it was fun. It was interesting. It was cool. Spend like Seto Kaiba at your next convention. Basically, it's more of a practical panel. Like, talking to you about practical ways to spend more at anime conventions. And basically the idea was, okay, figure out a budget for what you're going to do for most things. Then figure out, like, okay, let's say it's $1,000 and you have 20 weeks. That means you have to save, $50 a week or whatever. Like, basically just budgeting out how much you have to save to have the X amount of dollars at a convention. As well as doing your research, trying to find the cheap hotels, trying to bring your own snacks, other good practical advice. I thought it was interesting and, worth it. And honestly, the panel was wrapped up within about under 40 minutes. I was impressed. So good work on them for being efficient. Next up. Oh, a new panel for me personally was one of the Samurai Dan panels. Basically, it was about swordplay. I didn't get to participate like some of the people who were there because I got there late, but I'm definitely interested, and you know, whenever I'm at future conventions, I'm gonna look for Samurai Dan's panels because they were cool, they were interesting, and I'd like to see more. So, if you're looking for a new panelist to check out, Samurai Dan. Just saying. Let's see. Oh, also, like I mentioned quickly already, I had my very own photo shoot for my original character, you know, Valiant, the steampunk detective type character. I will put a picture reference of what he looks like kind of right here. Yeah, basically it's me in my red coat with a mask and my staff. I don't know, I thought it was cool. You know, I definitely want to do more with the character. I'm not a cosplay photography model, so my number of poses left something to be desired, but hey, you know, I wanted to do this for me. I had some extra spending cash because I'm not spending as much at the convention now as it is, so I was like, you know, I will support my friend who knows photography very well. And really quick for reference, my friend Margaret runs Tsukiyama-sama Photography, which I will put a link for the Facebook page in the description below. You know, so in case you want to check them out, in case you want to check her out, see what work she's done. She does make regular appearances at a number of conventions. So hey, if you're an aspiring cosplay photography model, talk to her. You know, you can work something out. Also, Margaret, you're welcome. Let's see. Oh, and you know, while I'm freely promoting things, I thought I had. Yes, I still do have it. One of the other big things that I got from the Artist Alley this year was this little guy. It's Space Corgi. Basically, Mimosa Studio art. Yeah, Mimosa Studio. You know, had their table set up in the Artist Alley, so I went through. I saw Space Corgi on a bag, and I was like, I gotta have that, but I don't need a bag. But then I saw she had, you know, the individual, you know, prints, however big this is, I forget exactly. And she had a deal going on. Get 3 prints for $20. Like, 1 was 8, 2 was 15, 3 was 20. So I had to figure out 3 to get. So I got Space Corgi, because I loved it. Red Panda, because they're adorable. As well as, if I can quickly get this out, you know, a whale, because Laboon. But, yeah, so I love your art, Mimosa Studio. And again, I'm giving you some free promotion really quick, because I like what you did. It's very cool. I'm not going to put this back in plastic sleeve, because I don't have time. So, moving forward. Moving on to the evening events. One of the big things for me is karaoke. Like, you know, I love music. I cosplay Brooke, the character from One Piece, who is a living skeleton who, you know, lived for 50 years by himself on a boat. And pretty much music was his only company. But also, I really appreciate it. Like, one of the cool things for me was, it was either Friday or Saturday karaoke. At some points, you know, everyone in the room was just belting out the, you know, famous Mulan song, Be a Man. And honestly, man, it's, you know, it gives good energy, like, having a room full of people, you know, just belting that song out. It's good. I liked it. So, you know, if you're ever looking for good energy, you know, check out karaoke at your convention. It's fun. It's interesting. It's great. I've done it a few times. I still have to figure out my song. I'm torn between Bink Sake, but that's in Japanese. So that's something I'd have to practice a lot of. Mr. Brightside by the Killers, or something from Owl City, because I love Owl City. Do not hate on me for liking Owl City, okay? This is how I roll. So that's pretty much, you know, how my days went. And now for just some quick personal takeaways. Again, sorry, I'm trying to do my screen behind you, so I apologize for that, but I got this. Alright, number 1, you know, and I mentioned this already, but really quick again. You know, I might take more steps toward being a cosplay photographer. Casually. Like I said, I got some pictures with Tsukiyama-sama. I love her work. She does good. But I'm not on that level, certainly. So, I'm not going to be charging a lot for pictures if I do it for anybody, because I don't have the equipment. I don't have things to make lighting look better, to make, or editing software to make you guys look nice. Like, I'll accept donations from people if they want to donate a couple of bucks, like help support me, or, help, recoup the cost of the badge, room, etc. for the weekend. I've got to work on that, but I do have one in. I'm actually part of a Facebook group called High Voltage Cosplay. My buddies Ryan and Michael started it, and they invited me on because I talked about how I take pictures at conventions, and they were like, hey, we could use another contributor to the page, so I joined up with them. So I might make reference to you guys on my business cards if I ever make business cards. Yeah, so I might be doing more cosplay photography, because I think I'm probably going to be taking a bit of a step back from cosplay. I'll still do my characters, but I'm not going to be innovating as much. I still have to do the things that I talked about from OhioCon for improving Brock and, doing the Doctor Who as I go along, but yeah, I think photography might be a better direction for me personally to go. So I might look into that. I will let you guys know if I do anything with that. Number 2, bring back Gajiel for Fairy Tail. Okay, and basically, this one just boiled down to, at the Fairy Tail shoot, we had a million Natsus, a handful of Urza, Happy, and 3 Levy. 0 Gajiel. For those who don't know Fairy Tail, Gajiel and Levy, they're a couple. I could have been Gajiel, and I could have been with 3 Levies and pictures and stuff, man. I could have been a cool guy. But I goofed. I failed, guys. I goofed up. Really bad. And, for those who may not know, yes, I am making a joke about being a cool guy. But, it was my friends who did suggest, hey, you should cosplay Gajiel. And from what I've learned so far of him, I do relate to him on some levels. I haven't read much in the last year, but I'm going to try and catch up and figure things out, because now the manga is over, the final season of the anime is rolling out, and I can get caught up, and hopefully, I can learn some more good things about Gajiel. I really like the character, and I definitely should bring him back for this convention as well as other conventions. But like with Brock, I need to step up my game and do some more things. Basically, one of the big things is he has metal studs all across his body because he's a metal dragon slayer, where he consumes metal for energy. It's, yeah. 3, and this is a big one for any convention that has outdoor photo shoots. Number 1, please pay attention to the forecast, for the week. Unfortunately, at Colossalcon this year, it got really windy and rainy on Saturday evening, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon-ish, I forget exactly. But basically, some photo shoots, if we would have done them outside, they would have been rained out. So, being clever, we did move people were able to move some things around. Unfortunately, one shoot that I meant to get pictures from was the Marvel shoot. And I didn't get to see any information about, where they were meeting up until well after the shoot was supposed to have happened, unfortunately. So, my suggestion is, number 1, pay attention to the forecasts, and, plan a fallback location in case there is serious rainfall predicted for that day. Like, hey, if it is raining heavily, please go to one of the overhangs. Like, the Colossalcon takes place at the Kalahari. And, near the, convention side, they have 2 big overhangs for, cars pulling up and stuff like that. I saw several shoots did use that conveniently, did use that for their shoots, so that's one very possible thing. Another possible thing is maybe setting up a room within the convention center for shoots, potentially. I don't know if you can do that, but it's just something to consider. And, make that information known on the event page for the cosplay event, or the cosplay photograph page, whatever, so that people know about it. So like I said, Marvel, I missed it until like way later in the day, and I tried looking all around the place for it. And basically, from what I remember, the shoot was supposed to take place on the corner lawn near the Elephant, I believe. And basically, they ended up meeting up in the hotel lobby. It's a very far distance away. Like, I went to the two most logical locations that I could think of. The two overhangs, nothing, obviously. And I saw a couple cosplayers who were like, oh, where do I go? Like, I hope they got to the shoot. I really do. But just saying, like, gotta prepare for this stuff. It's Ohio. The weather is crazy. It can be sunny. It can be rainy. It can be good. It can be bad. You gotta prepare for it, basically. So, have a fallback location if you have plans to take pictures outside. Like, just a good general tip, I feel like. I'm not trying to criticize anyone by any means. I know it's a lot of work to get, an event figured out, a place figured out, much less having to find a secondary place in case it's rainy and crappy and not good. I'm almost done. I just have a few more points that I have to scroll back up for. Number 4. For some odd reason, the One Piece shoot was rescheduled, and I don't know why. Again, this kind of ties back to, photo shoots. Communication is key. Letting everybody know, like, hey, it is at this time, it is at this location. The change was from 12 o'clock at the corner lawn near the Elephant, I believe, to 10 a.m. by the bridge up near the front, near the hotel entrance on Saturday. Yeah. That was... I don't know why it was changed. I'm curious at this point. It doesn't really matter to find out why, but like definitely keep those lines of communication open. Like, we had a good turnout for it, but I feel like there are some people who did miss out, and that stinks. And I just want to say, hey, we need to communicate properly, okay? And then finally, my 5th and final point. And this is, just general from me for going to Colossalcon, because I'm never at the Kalahari, because I'm usually lucky enough to get a room with my buddies for the weekend. Which, really quick, I didn't do the shout out this time, and I have to do that still. Thank you, Ryan, Jordan. God, I forget who else is in the room. I forget your name, buddy. I do. I'm sorry. But thank you guys for giving me space to crash and sleep and all that. It was... It's always good to have, because otherwise I probably would have tried sleeping in my car, and it's not a very good idea. But, I forget. Yeah, oh yeah, bring a trunk cooler / organizer for your car. One of the suggestions from the, spend like said Okaiba at your next anime convention thing was, bring like snacks or drinks or stuff for yourself, at the convention, because convention food can be expensive. No joke, at one of the, little setup tables they had a good number of foods, burgers, chicken, vegan options, chips, candy, etc. Burger was $7. I get it. I appreciate you guys setting up the table. I still bought that $7 burger, and I ate it, and I enjoyed it, and I loved it. But yeah, if you don't have the money for like convention food, have some of your own food in your car so that you can get to it, or in your hotel room, hopefully, if you have one at the convention center. And I say a cooler too, because you can keep stuff cool. Now, what I would suggest is, stuff that, is fine whether it's cold or not cold. So like water, sports drinks, maybe soda. As for food, chips, those mini bags of chips are always a good go-to option. Granola bars, fruit snacks, stuff of that nature. Stuff that it's good cold, but it doesn't have to be cold. Like definitely meat is something you want to keep cold. If you have it warm, you could get sick, basically, is what I'm trying to avoid. So, yeah. So, I know it's a bit of a weird, personal takeaway thought, but, it's something that might help you out. It can save you a few bucks. It'll ensure that you have something that you can easily access. Because one of the things about convention food too is the lines are going to be long sometimes. And it might be quicker to go up to your room or go to your car for like 5 minutes to get, a couple of bags of chips, and a drink, rather than waiting for like 25, 35, 40 minutes in line at the restaurant. Just saying. It could be shorter, it could be longer, it varies, depending on the time, blah, blah, blah. But, just something to consider. Bring some of your own food, keep it cool in your car, sealed away, because, cars get hot, so don't just, oh, hey, I'm just going to throw a thing of water in the back of my car, and the sun's going to bake my car, and it's going to be hot. It's not great either. That's all I really have for Colossalcon. I had a good time. Again, thank you, Ryan, Jordan, everybody, for the wonderful experience. For those of you who I did get to see, it was cool seeing Tsukiyama-sama, Margaret. Thank you for giving me that private photo shoot. I want to do stuff with James, the steampunk detective character. To everyone who was at the photo shoots that I got to, awesome work. Keep it up. For anyone who is interested in cosplay photos with me in the future, just let me know. Drop me a line here or on my Facebook page, facebook.com/cosplayenthusiast. So that's another link I have to put in. And this video is already late. So, yeah. Again, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you had fun. I hope to see you at future conventions. And that is all I really have. And for those who may be interested, my next for sure convention is going to be NyanCon 2019, October 5th, Lakeland Community College. I work the weapons check, as well as at ConOps. So if you want to come see me, hey, check it out. It's a very good convention. I've been with the convention for 3 to 4 years. I know the heads of the convention. It's good. We do good stuff. I like it. And then as a tentative potential, I want to throw out MatsuriCon. I would love to go back again. I'm trying to cut myself down to like 2 conventions a year so that I can, save up a bit of money and get a better living situation. But but I think like, I've saved a bit more this year, so I could potentially work that in, which would be August. I forget what day. I'll put that below, so in case you are curious, check it out. I can't guarantee I'll be there, though, just saying. But there are other, definitely more awesome than me things to see at the convention, for sure. I've been there, trust me. One of the reasons I'm considering going is because the voice actress for Nami of One Piece is there, and I could take my climate tag and get it signed there, and that would be cool. Okay, that's it. I'm done. So until next time, everyone, have fun, stay safe, keep hydrated, and of course remember, every character has a story to tell. I'm Valiant Bradley James, the character investigator.